I think I'm live now. Hi guys, and this is the first time that I am solving an actual case file. So this is going to be quite a different one today. And I'm, by the way, so glad that I'm finally back with doing streaming. I know it's been a long time since I've done the last stream. I think I just got a bit fed up with the fact that I got really stuck with that Tomb Raider game, and it completely bugged out. I will definitely get back to Tomb Raider at some point. So at the moment, I'm still reacting to the Tomb Raider Netflix series. So that is something at least Tomb Raider related on the channel. I will be uploading my reaction to episodes 3 and 4 tomorrow. So please do stay tuned for that, for tomorrow's reaction to Tomb Raider episodes 3 and 4. For now, I am going to be solving a murder case. And in this murder case, this one is called the Stonewood Mystery. Who killed Emily Williams? And this is, as I said, my first time doing an actual case file. I have played murder mystery games before on this channel. If you haven't already, please do check out my playthrough of Cafe Rain. Cafe Rain was an amazing 90s style point and click murder mystery sort of game. It wasn't really more of a murder, but more so it was a mystery game that involved a disappearance, and I really enjoyed that one. That one had so many plot twists, and it was very fun to play. This one is different. It's not a Steam game. It's not something on Steam. This is actually something that you're supposed to play with your friends. So I just saw a bunch of adverts on my Facebook with just these advertisements saying case files that you can solve with your friends. Obviously these are fictional, like a board game essentially, being given a physical case file and literally sifting through all of the suspect reports, witness statements, autopsy reports, and so on to solve the case and find out who the culprit is. The only difference is that I wanted to look for a digital copy, like a digital version, making sure all of the reports are in digital format rather than getting physical case files sent to me. And that's just because of the nature of streaming, since I do want you guys to join in and solve this case with me. I could do with all the help I can get. I do watch crime dramas in my own time, so I've got at least a kind of idea of how the investigation process works. But I'm a bit of a dummy, I'll be honest, but I'll see what I can do. But please do chip in with, basically I'll try my best to not strain my voice because I'm going to be reading out so many things. But feel free to give me your thoughts on the suspect profiles, reports, witness statements, autopsy reports, or whatever kind of evidence we look at. We'll also be looking at video interviews, and apparently there's audio files as well. So let's see. Okay, I think there's about, I'm just going to check on my mobile just to see if everything's running smoothly. I hope you guys are all doing well, and Ramadan Mubarak. We're like just a bit over halfway through now in Ramadan, so I hope the ones that are fasting are having a great Ramadan. Just checking on my mobile. Okay, 2 people watching. Okay, looks like it's running smoothly. So yeah, I'm just going to firstly just introduce what this actually is. So there's a whole bunch of cases, and the very first one is called the Stonewood Mystery. If you haven't already, please do check out the info so you know what this is about. Access the online police computer system, follow the clues, and solve the case of the murdered teenager Emily Williams. And then there's another one, A Summer to Die For, unravel the chilling murder of a prominent businessman in Mercia upon Tame. I actually got three of them. Which ones did I choose? I think I chose these two and then some other one. Then this one is investigate the enigmatic death of a high profile escort at the Elite Grand Hotel. And there's like a sale going on Cold Case Inc. So if you really are interested in these, it's kind of like a board game that you play with your friends, except these are a bunch of case files to go over so that you can do your own investigation, uncover some mysteries, and find out who the culprit is for each case. So there's how to play. You basically make your own account and then you buy which case files you actually want to solve. Getting started with your online unsolved case files. Purchasing and accessing your game. Our online unsolved case files are meticulously designed to challenge your detective skills and allow you to solve cases from anywhere in the world. To begin your journey as a detective, simply select the game you wish to play from our diverse collection. Yeah, I'm not trying to sponsor them, but just in case you guys are interested in where I found this case file, navigating the police computer system. Once you log in, you'll enter our fictional police computer system designed to simulate a real investigating environment. This is your gateway to diving deep into the case files where your analytical skills will be put to the test. The system is user-friendly and designed to provide you with an immersive investigative experience, complete with all the tools needed to solve the case. Yeah, so there's a lot to uncover. There's going to be witness statements, crime scene photographs, autopsy reports, and police interviews. Audio and video evidence can also be reviewed to help you watch nuances that might be missed in written reports. Okay, yes, because if you watch a video interview or video evidence, it will reveal things that are not in the reports. That does make sense. Your task is to sift through the evidence, piece together the story, and understand the motives of potential suspects. Making your conclusion. After reviewing all the evidence, you will use your deductive reasoning to determine the most likely suspect responsible for committing the crime. Take your time to connect all the dots and consider alternative theories that may explain the evidence at hand. If you just tuned in now, I hope you are doing really well today. Let me know how your evening has been or day, depending on where you are in the world. Hi Rama Cafe, thanks for stopping by. Ramadan Mubarak to you too. I'll make sure to check every 5 to 10 minutes. Just depends. So yeah, I'm just introducing the whole concept first so that you guys understand what we're going to actually be doing. So they do give us the option to actually download the PDFs and print all the case files, but obviously because I'm streaming, I'm just going to stick with the digital versions. Okay, so that's how to play Stonewood Mystery. This is the very first one that they uploaded. Okay, which ones did I actually buy? I bought this one, A Summer to Die For, and I also bought Murder in the Pines, which I think is about a journalist. Okay, yeah. Alright, let's watch this. Hope the sound is on. Breaking news.
In a shocking development, the body of 17-year-old Emily Williams was found in her home this morning. Emily, a popular student at Stonewood University, was discovered by her parents after returning from a weekend away. Police haven't released any details about the cause of death, but sources say that Emily's body showed signs of a violent struggle. The community is in shock and grief over the tragedy, and many are expressing their condolences on social media. No suspects have been named at this time, but detectives are actively working on the case and are asking for any information that may help lead to an arrest. The victim's family is asking for privacy during this difficult time. Updates will be provided as information becomes available. If you have any information that may be relevant to the case, please contact the Stonewood Police Department.
Wow, that was so realistic looking. That looks like a legit BBC style or Sky News report. Like the whole style just fits the whole UK news system. Wow, I gotta play that again. We really gotta know all the facts, and I could just use a notebook, but I think I'm just gonna use a Word document. Okay, so she was discovered by her parents. That's something that I got. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a name. The thing is, we're going to be given so much information about the murder, so we've got to keep track of info. So the location was that she was found in a home, I think, and she was found by parents. Apparently, there was a violent struggle, which kind of means that she was strangled or she was abused just before she got murdered. So I'm instantly thinking that, but it could be anything really. Okay, I'm just gonna replay that because that was useful.
In a shocking development, the body of 17-year-old Emily Williams was found in her home this morning. Emily, a popular student at Stonewood University, was discovered by her parents after returning from a weekend away. Police haven't released any details about the cause of death, but sources say that Emily's body showed signs of a violent struggle. The community is in shock and grief over the tragedy, and many are expressing their condolences on social media. No suspects have been named at this time, but detectives are actively working on the case and are asking for any information that may help lead to an arrest. The victim's family is asking for privacy during this difficult time. Updates will be provided as information becomes available. If you have any information that may be relevant to the case, please contact the Stonewood Police Department. Sorry,
I need to replay this because that was a lot of information. So she's a university student, she's 17 years old. Stonewood University. Her parents came back from a holiday, was that it?
In a shocking development, the body of 17-year-old Emily Williams was found in her home this morning. Emily, a popular student at Stonewood University, was discovered by her parents after returning from a weekend away.
Oh, damn.
Police haven't released any details about the cause of death, but sources say that Emily's body showed signs of a violent struggle. The community is in shock and grief over
popular student at Stonewood University. Just because you're popular doesn't mean you don't make enemies. Okay. And then found by parents who came back from a holiday. Okay. Was there something else? I think that was pretty much it so far. Okay, I'm just going to put the layout as... And then I'm just going to check. Great. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. It means so much to me. Okay, so that's literally just from that video I made notes. Okay, so this is set in a small fictional village of Stonewood Meadows, England, May 2021, during lockdown. Follow the clues and solve the case of Emily Williams, a teenage victim whose murder has rocked the tight-knit community. With a list of suspects including a boyfriend, a best friend, a disgruntled neighbor, and more, you'll have to use your detective skills to figure out who did it. Featuring detailed profiles of each suspect, a plethora of evidence, and multiple witness statements, the Stonewood Mystery Unsolved Murder Mystery online game case file offers hours of immersive gameplay and a thrilling mystery to solve. Can you figure out who killed Emily Williams and bring the killer to justice? Okay, I do need to just let you guys know that I won't be playing the whole entire game. I do want to respect the organization, Cold Case Inc., that they don't want the actual big spoilers revealed, so I won't be playing the last part of the game. I'll just be playing this first part, which is like the first 2 or so hours, and then the next part, but I won't reveal who the actual culprit is and the ending. If you do want to know who the actual culprit is and the ending, then you do need to play the game yourself. It's just in respect to this company, because I don't want to get into trouble. Okay, now let's get on to it. Stonewood Mystery. So this is the police department, Stonewood Police Department, and this is what you get. They're the same thing, right?
Of 17-year-old Emily Williams.
Yeah, they're the same thing. So it was in the morning. Forgot to mention. In the morning. Location and time. Okay. If by some miracle you do manage to solve the case, please take care to not tell anyone the ending or write about the plot on social media, because that will give the game away. Yes, I'm just going to be playing this first part, and if there is some interest from you guys, I will make part 2. Take your time to look through all the evidence linked via the menu above, see if you can find any conflicting information linked to the suspects. If when you reach a conclusion, click the submit report button at the top of the screen to send it through to me. Okay, if I reach a conclusion, you'll probably have heard by now, but we're reopening the case of Emily Williams in the hope that a fresh pair of eyes can find something in the collection of evidence we recovered from back in May 2021. The murder was carried out in the peaceful town of Stonewood Meadows. With something like this happening certainly created a shockwave throughout the local community. The family has reached out to us to try and give one last push to find the culprit so they can finally put this horrible incident to bed and find some closure. Grab a pen and paper, then have a good read of all the available documentation we've got on file for the case. If you can manage to find something our other officers missed, click the button at the top of the screen to submit a report to me. If you crack the case, you'll be with a chance to scoop the cash reward. I'm putting my faith in you to bag us a result. Good luck, Chief Superintendent Morris. Okay, so they've reopened it because it became a cold case. Collection of evidence recovered back in May 2021. It's peaceful as well, a peaceful town. Yeah, every family deserves closure. Okay. There's so much to get through, but firstly, I want to look at the suspects. Actually, before we do that, we need to look at the incident report. Makes more sense. Incident report. So it happened on the 17th of May, 2021, 10 o'clock a.m. Where it's been reported. Okay. And the location was at 34 Pine Boulevard, Stonewood Meadows. At approximately 10 a.m. on May 17, 2021, the Stonewood Police Department received a call from Mr. and Mrs. Williams after finding their daughter unresponsive in the family home at 34 Pine Boulevard, Stonewood Meadows. Officers found the victim, Emily Williams, deceased in the kitchen. See a crime scene photo. Oh, they show photos. The victim's body showed signs of trauma and ligature marks on the neck. As I said, strangled, indicating that she had been strangled with an object of some sort. Upon arrival at the scene, officers noted that there was no sign of forced entry, which leads us to believe that the victim knew her attacker. She or he was invited into the home, and that's when the attacker came in. So it must have been someone that she actually trusted. Wow. The victim's parents report that they had last seen their daughter alive on Friday 14th at around 4 p.m. When they left for a weekend away, they discovered her body on Monday morning close to 10 a.m. when they returned home. So it could have been any time on Friday evening or Saturday or Sunday. The suspects have been listed and profiled in the database along with all evidence gathered, including from in and around the crime scene. Okay, so this tells us the kind of time frame, because the body was discovered at 10, but Emily could have been killed on either the Friday evening, on the Saturday or Sunday. So, okay. Right, I'm just gonna go over. Might as well go over here. See. 6 people watching, 3 people like. Thank you for the likes. And if you're just tuning in, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing really well. I am currently trying to solve a case with your help, hopefully. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of people, and some lads are a bit older. Damn, okay. Are these the parents? Oh, university student. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess we'll look at this guy first. Okay, so this is M. Thompson, Marcus Thompson. He's 21, so it's not in the same year as Emily. Okay, he likes traveling cars. Got parents, Mr. Thompson, Miss Elliot. He was in a relationship with Emily Williams. Okay. Dating a 17-year-old. Okay. 12 Maple Street, Stonewood Meadows, and his occupation was trainee physiotherapist. Okay. Marcus was Emily's boyfriend at the time of the murder, and for that reason he's considered one of the main suspects. We always got to be suspicious of the boyfriend. There's almost always foul play involved. But it would be too typical, to be honest, if this is a game, if it is him. Marcus lives with his mother, which is a short walk from the home of the victim. Okay, so it's at 12 Maple Street. That's where they live, and it is very close to the home of the victim. During his time as a student at Stonewood University, he was very popular amongst the other students, as was well liked by his tutors. His grades reflected this when he graduated. He's probably very charming. He is currently working for a small company as a trainee physiotherapist. Marcus has one noteworthy mention on his criminal record, and that is a speeding ticket from January 2021. Marcus has a very low opinion of Emily's brother, Jason. Okay. Marcus has a very low opinion of Emily's brother, Jason. Why? Why is that? Okay, so he's very popular, and he's a few years older than Emily. He's a trainee physiotherapist. He only has a speeding ticket as part of his criminal record, so there's not much to go on. There's no information of him having violent tendencies or jealousy issues, but then they're saying that he has a very low opinion of Emily's brother. Okay. Oh, that's Jason Williams here. Oh, he's actually older. He's older than Marcus. Okay, we're gonna now read Madison Scott, who is the same age as Emily. Okay, so this is suspect number 2. Madison Scott. She's 17. And she likes social media and music. She only has a mum, Miss Diane Scott. And she lives at 23 Oak Avenue. Okay. Madison is a 17-year-old university student and part-time employee at Lula Flowers in Stonewood Meadows. She was Emily's best friend since 2016, when her and her mother, Diane Scott, moved into the area. The reason Madison and her mother relocated to Stonewood Meadows was due to problems at Madison's former college. She left her previous college after getting what she describes as an unfair reputation of being manipulative and for being known to lie to get what she wants. Okay, sending red flags straight away. Madison has remained single since moving to Stonewood Meadows, but has always maintained a close relationship with both Emily and her boyfriend Marcus. Okay. Madison doesn't have many other friends in the area and has a particular dislike of Emily's brother Jason. Oh, so she doesn't like Jason either. Okay. Lot of information to take in. I need to drink some water from doing all that talking. Okay. So she was Emily's best friend. You know, sometimes even the closest of people can stab you in the back. Okay, so they've been friends for quite a while. 2016. And they moved into the area, okay. The reason Madison and her mother relocated to Stonewood Meadows was due to problems at Madison's former college. She left her previous college after getting what she describes as an unfair reputation. Yeah, which is for being manipulative and for being known to lie to get what she wants. So this is already huge red flags, to be manipulative and lie. That means if she does, like, if she is going to get interviewed, she probably is going to lie her way through it in some sort of way. And also another red flag is that she's very close to Emily's boyfriend, Marcus. And she doesn't like Jason either. Okay, so this is really messed up. The fact that the older brother is a suspect as well. Jeez. Oh, he's unemployed. Unemployed at 22. Come on. Strength, so I assume Mel did it. Hi, Stabby Max, stab. What a name. What a name in a murdery mystery case. Strangled, so I assume Mel did it. That's the thing. So when it comes to strangle, it's actually quite a quick death, and it's not a messy death either. Men tend to do a lot of mess when it comes to their murders. Women are a lot more cleaner when it comes to their way of killing. That's just a statistical fact. But yes, the fact that there was some violent struggle. She was strangled. Yeah, that's been confirmed. We just don't know who did it. Hello. Okay, so... Alright, let's read Jason's profile. So he's 22. He likes horse racing. He likes poker. Does he have a gambling problem? They all live together. Grandparents as well. Flat 4 Beach Court, Poplar Way, Stonewood Meadows. Jason Williams is the older sibling of our victim, Emily. A 22-year-old male with a somewhat troubled past. He admitted to police that he had gotten into a physical fight with Emily over disagreement about money on the 15th May, one day before the death of his sister. Okay, that's really suspicious. Jason has 2 previous convictions on his record. One for theft from a large retail outlet in 2017, another for benefit fraud in 2019. Jason had always denied any involvement in Emily's death, but his strained relationship with his sister made him a suspect. Okay, that's very... Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense if they don't get along at all. And the fact that he had a physical fight with Emily over disagreement about money like literally one day before she got killed. That is seriously suspicious. Okay, so he seems a bit addicted to money or needing money. Okay. Elizabeth Price. She is 48 years old. She loves walking and movies. Her husband is Mr. Harry Price. She lives at 5 Cedar Road, and she's a university tutor. Miss Price is a 48-year-old married female who was a tutor for Emily. She has been working at the university for over 10 years. Her reputation in Stonewood is without a blemish. Oh, so she's perfect. A perfect tutor. Elizabeth Price is familiar with 3 of the suspects in this case, with currently being a tutor for Madison and previously to Jason and Marcus Thompson during the... Damn, okay. So she knew 3 of them. Okay. So she must know a lot about them. So she's associated herself with Madison, Jason, and Marcus. But Elizabeth has no criminal background, unlike the others. Miss Elizabeth Price is a well-respected member of the Stonewood Meadows community. She is well liked by the majority of students at Stonewood University, although she has had a strained relationship with a small minority who fail to deliver academically. Elizabeth is also well known to be quite strict with her students, but this appears to have had a positive impact on grades. Okay, I mean, that's not really suspicious. The only suspicious part is the fact that she knows 3 of them, 3 of the suspects. So we can't really rule her out. If it wasn't for this information, then there'd be nothing to go on. She'd just be a tutor. And she's got no criminal background either. Okay. And this guy, John Smith, is 54 years old. He loves gardening and reading. He is divorced. 36 Pine Boulevard, Stonewood Meadows, that's where he lives. He's a self-employed lawnmower engineer. Damn, that's a mouthful. Okay, so he's the neighbor of Emily and her parents. Neighbor. He is originally from the neighboring town of Washwood Spa and has now lived in Stonewood Meadows for the last 2 years. John Smith has a history of anger issues and had previously threatened Emily for playing her music too loudly, amongst other things. His ex-wife Marion had a restraining order put in place in 2019 to keep him away from their old shared home in the neighboring town Washwood Spa. Okay, so there's no further details available on the reason. John Smith has his own small business which operates in Stonewood Meadows area called J. Smith's Machinery Ltd. Mr. Smith had a motive for wanting Emily dead due to his history of anger issues and previous threats towards her. He may have snapped when Emily's music annoyed him and acted out of anger. Okay, so this one is a huge red flag, the fact that he has serious anger issues and has threatened Emily for playing her music too loudly, among other things apparently, and that his ex-wife actually put a restraining order against him. How is this guy still doing his job if he's like this? Why is this guy not behind bars? I had a motive for... okay. Out of all of them... It sucks to say that this one, Jason, sounds the most suspicious, but also the neighbor. The least suspicious is Elizabeth, in my opinion, just based on these reports. We don't know anything else, but yeah, this is just for first thoughts. Okay, so I'm just gonna make... Wait, what's his name? John Smith. Okay. Okay, so John Smith has anger issues and threatened Emily. Jason literally had a fight with Emily one day before she got murdered. For the loud music. And then Madison is the one with has a steep criminal record. Is it a record? Wait. Okay, she left her. Okay, it's not an actual criminal record, it's just her getting in trouble with the previous school. Had problems in her old college from being manipulative and a liar. But there's no there's no information about her having arguments with Emily. Maintained a close relationship with Emily, but also with Marcus as well. I mean, there's no mention of them two fighting, Marcus and Emily. Okay, so that's just the suspect profiles. Just gonna check the mobile. Hey guys, if you're just stopping by now, thank you for stopping by. How are you all doing? Let me know. And what time is it in your areas? At the moment, it is 9 p.m., 9:08 p.m. in the UK. Let me know what time it is in your country. Okay, so now let's look at the victim. Let's find out as much as we can about Emily. Okay, so this is the victim profile. She's 17, 5'5", blonde. She likes makeup, true crime documentaries. How ironic. That's the people she lived with. Family members. In relationship with Marcus Thompson. 34 Pine Boulevard. Okay. Emily Williams was a 17-year-old university student in the United Kingdom. She was a bright and outgoing young woman with a passion for music and a close group of friends. Emily lived with her parents in a quiet neighborhood in the suburbs. Okay, did Jason live with them as well? Okay, so she liked music. She had a close group of friends. Emily was in a relationship with Marcus Thompson for a little over a year, but had recently mentioned a feeling of distance which appeared to be affecting her mentally. Despite this, Emily remained close with a group of friends, including her best friend, Madison Scott. Emily was also receiving tutoring from Miss Elizabeth Price, a strict and highly regarded tutor in the community. However, Emily had recently been struggling with her studies and had been at odds with Miss Price over her academic performance. Okay. Emily was a well-liked and respected member of her local community. Her murder came as a shock to everyone who knew her, and her friends and family were determined to see justice served for her untimely death. Yeah, okay. So apparently she had some disputes with Miss Elizabeth Price. Would Price go as far as to kill Emily? I just find that so hard to believe because it's just academic performance at the end of the day, unless there's more going on. Okay, so she had a feeling of distance which appeared to be affecting her mentally. So did she have mental health issues? Despite this, Emily remained close with a group of friends. but not as close as Marcus. Okay. Crime scene now. Crime scene photograph. Okay, so they're not going to show a bloody body or anything like that. Don't want to get flagged. Okay, so this was in the kitchen, and a purse and a necklace. A necklace with the letter E. Huh. So it's a purse, a wallet that was right next to her. And we know Jason really wanted money. Was that not the dispute with Jason? He really wanted money. Damn. Okay, so Emily Williams, 17, female. Okay. Oh, positive. Alcohol in blood. 0.8 milligrams of alcohol. What does that say? Substance in blood. 2%? I don't know what that says. Time of death. Okay, so that's the thing about going through an autopsy. If a pathologist does an autopsy, then they are able to determine when exactly a person has died, at least an approximate. So she actually died in the evening at around 9:15. That's crazy. Okay, so it was evening time. Bruising. So she got bruising. She got trauma. She got bruising here. Bruising on the head, bruising on the arm, trauma around the neck, because we know she got strangled, abrasion, so she was trying to fight off the attacker. At the back. Bruising at the back. Okay. Sorry. In these types of murder mysteries, the obvious one, Jason never turns out to be the killer, but who knows with this one. Zoloft is an antidepressant. Oh, it wasn't a percentage sign. Okay. Because I had no idea what that said. Zoloft is an antidepressant medication. Thank you for that. Well, it could be there to frame Jason also, but that would have had to be done by someone who knows the situation. Ah. Interesting. The person has got to be very clever to frame someone else. Yeah, that's a very good thought. Well done. You sound very smart. I'm glad you're here, Stabby. That helps a lot. Yeah, it could definitely be framed. Because when I saw that wall, I was like, no way are they just going to give away that it's Jason. But who knows, maybe. Okay. Examination of the victim's body revealed evidence of physical trauma, including ligature marks on the neck and bruising on the arms and face. The victim's neck also showed signs of blunt force trauma, indicating that she was likely strangled with a weapon or object. The victim's body was also found with defensive wounds, suggesting that she fought back against her attacker. She fought back, yeah, as I said, like if you've got bruises here, she was fighting back. Toxicology results showed that the victim had a blood alcohol level of 0.8, indicating that she had consumed alcohol prior to her death. The victim's stomach contents also revealed the presence of prescription medications, which may have been taken in combination with the alcohol. Based on the evidence, it is our conclusion that the victim died as a result of asphyxiation due to strangulation. Okay, asphyxiation, which means that she got strangled, couldn't breathe from that. Question is, who was it? Are there no fingernail marks on her? Because usually if you're strangling someone, it's going to be fingernails, like imprinted, maybe. But I guess not. Okay. Interviews. Trying to give myself a break because I've been doing a lot of talking. Okay, so we're just going to watch the interview with Madison Scott, which happened on the 18th of May. Okay, so this one was done on the 20th, 21st. 21st. It's interesting that they were done first. Their interviews were done first, which suggests to me that they had more reason, maybe, or they were initial suspects. Who knows? I don't know.
This interview is being recorded and may be given in evidence if the case is brought to trial. We are in an interview room at Stonewood Police Station.
But they
The
won't
date
show
is
the
the
person.
18th of May 2021 and the time by my watch is 10:57 a.m. I am PC James Wilson. The other officer present is PC Katie Turpin. Okay. Can you please state your full name and date of birth for the purposes of the recording?
Madison Scott. The 11th of April 2004.
Okay, Miss Scott. So what can you tell me about the night of the 16th of May?
Well, I was home all day. It was a Sunday, so I don't usually get up to much. I went out at about 8:40 p.m. to grab a Chinese from the place on Sycamore Road. I returned home at about 9:15 p.m., and my mom will vouch for that.
Okay, so here's the thing. You need alibis. If you do mention certain things, like, for example, where you were at the time of the crime that happened, you do need alibis. So if she was at the Chinese place, then there needs to be CCTV at the Chinese place to confirm that she was there. And her bank card would confirm that if she did pay through her card, for example. And now she's saying that her mum would vouch for where she's been. Okay.
I bought her favorite, duck chow mein, egg fried rice, a bag of chips, and a barbecue sauce. We shared it between us when I got home.
And you went straight from your house to the takeaway and then home?
Well, not exactly. I was going to nip in and see Emily before going, but decided not to, and yes, I headed to the Chinese and then back home.
What were you going to see Emily for? Any particular reason?
At night.
And why did you change your mind?
I was going to speak to her about how things were going with Marcus, her boyfriend. I knew things were a bit rocky with them and wanted to check in on her.
So why did you change your mind?
Well, I got to the corner of Pine Boulevard and saw Marcus's car parked up. He was in there with Emily kissing and cuddling, so I just thought, leave it.
And you're 100% sure it was Marcus and Emily?
Well, it was dark. But it was definitely Marcus. I was standing facing the passenger side of the car so I could see his face. I could only see the back of the passenger, but I assume it was Emily.
And what time would this have been?
It was around 8:40 p.m. I just left my house and round to Pine Boulevard. It only takes 5 minutes to get there.
Okay. And did you try to make contact with Emily or Marcus after you'd witnessed them together in the car?
I text both of them on Sunday night. I never got a reply from Emily, but Marcus replied with a voice note saying he was driving and he didn't want to talk.
Okay. You mentioned before that their relationship was rocky. What can you tell me about that?
Well, Marcus told me a week ago that he was 100% done with Emily and he was going to break it off with her.
Why?
So you and Marcus are quite close?
Well, I guess you could say that. I've had a bit of a soft spot for Marcus since the day we moved here. He's a
She's
nice guy,
definitely screwing
So
with
you
him.
didn't hear
Come
from
on.
Emily at all on the 16th?
Oh no, I did.
Some friend she is.
She sent me a text at about 4:30 p.m. saying she just had a massive argument with Marcus. I assumed it was over the breakup thing, and maybe Marcus had finally grown a pair. I told her I'd be round later to check in on her.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Miss Scott. Interview terminated at 11:01 a.m.
Okay, so when it comes to these, I'm glad that there's like a whole range of different kinds of media. The fact that we watched the video first and then we pause and now we're reading an audio file. I'm glad we've got that available, but that does also mean that I'm not able to process all the information straight away. So it will probably take me a few times to really understand and put all the pieces together. So please bear with me. But first things first, I think she's having an affair with Marcus. Like the fact that she admitted that she has a soft spot with Marcus, and Marcus like really wanted to break up with Emily, and the fact that she knows that is sending serious red flags. Like why would she know that? Why would she know that? Y'all, you guys can really chip in. Honestly, please do chip in with your thoughts about the case. The more the merrier. Okay, I'm just gonna put here Madison and Jason are sus. They are sus. Okay, now it's Jason's turn. On the same day being interviewed.
This interview is being recorded and may be given in evidence if the case is brought to trial. We are in an interview room at Stonewood Police Station. The date is the 18th of May 2021 and the time is 2:48 p.m. My name is PC James Wilson. The other officer present is DCI Stephen Parker. Can you please state your full name and date of birth for the tape?
Jason Williams, November 25th, 1998.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. And thank you for agreeing to come and talk to us during what must be a very testing time.
Thanks. I still can't get my head around what's happened, but I'll try and answer all the questions I can.
Tell me about the relationship you had with your sister. Did you see each other often?
Me and Emily had a strong bond. We were fucking inseparable as kids. It wasn't until I moved out into the flat that we started to drift a little. Emily had uni and I was getting myself in a bit of a mess, if I'm honest.
What
And you were
sort
the
of
older
mess?
brother.
Well, I had, or have, a problem with gambling. And I've been struggling to pay off some debts that I built up over the last few months.
Gambling debts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I'm not proud of it.
So, when was the last time you seen Emily?
I saw her a couple of days
There was a
before she
silence
was
there.
found by my parents. We got into a scuffle about money. I'd asked her by text message to loan me some cash to pay off this debt, but she gave me a shitty attitude in the reply, so I went round and things got a little physical.
What do you mean? Things got physical.
Well, I know she's got money. She saved all her inheritance from our great-grandma. All I needed was a couple of grand to clear this debt hanging over me. So I went
She
round
got all
and
that
tried
money?
to plead with her. But she wasn't having any of it. Told me to get the fuck out.
Telling you to get out isn't physical.
Why did he not ask the parents for money?
Yeah,
Why did he ask
I
his
know.
little sister?
I kinda lost it and lashed out. Grabbed hold of her arm and pushed her back onto her bed.
And then what happened?
At least he's being honest.
I searched her room for some cash. I'm sure she keeps it in there somewhere.
And did you find any?
No.
And then what happened?
I left and walked back to my flat.
And did you see Emily again after that at all?
Not until I went to see the body at the mortuary.
Okay.
Notice the
So what
pauses.
happened about the debt you owed?
The day after Emily died, I put a bet on. And unbelievably, I fucking won.
Wow, lucky. One more question. What can you tell me about Marcus Thompson?
He's a dick. He's never been good enough for my sister. Can't stand him.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. We'll be in touch. That concludes the interview. The time is 2:51 p.m.
Okay, well, okay, this was a bit of an interesting one. Didn't hold back in revealing the fact that he actually did have a physical fight with Emily a day before the murder. He did admit to it, which tells me that it really was just a little physical fight, because usually if it's a murderer, they'd make sure none of those details are given. But then again, it's suspicious still. Another thing I noticed is this one, compared to Madison's interview, Jason was actually pausing quite a bit. I don't really know what to make of it, but he might be making something up so that he can figure out what his story is to the police. But then again, Madison might have lied about about what she did. And I do think Madison is lying, because we know that she has a bit of a reputation as a liar as well. I do need to watch these at some other point. Okay, we've got Elizabeth Price. Okay, I just need to blow my nose. Sorry, just blowing my nose. Okay, Elizabeth Price's interview.
This interview is being recorded and may be used as evidence if the case is brought to trial. The date is the 20th of May 2021 and the time is 9:15 a.m. We are in an interview room at Stonewood Police Station. My name is DCI Stephen Parker. And the other officer present is PC James Wilson. Can you please state your full name and date of birth for the purposes of the tape?
My name is Miss Elizabeth Price. Date of birth, the 19th of May 1972.
Thank you, and happy birthday for yesterday. Ms. Price, I assume you know why we've asked you to come into the station?
Thanks. Sure. I'm guessing it's about poor Emily. It's unbelievably sad news. I was expecting to see her on Monday morning in my lecture, but she didn't show.
Did you know Emily well?
Well, I've been her tutor for a few months now. So,
Just a few
yes,
months.
I guess so. We only lived a few minutes away from each other, so I'd see her sometimes when out walking the dog.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
notice anything unusual about Emily's behavior in the days leading up to the terrible tragedy?
Nothing specific. She was often in my bad books because of the lack of interest she had shown in some of my lectures. I guess it was just a normal week. Emily seemed to often bring her drama to uni. It was something we'd had words about numerous times. But she was a good kid, really.
So, there's nothing that jumps out at
Why
you.
did she choose a course
She
then?
didn't mention anyone or anything that was bothering her recently.
She might have mentioned that she was having trouble with a neighbour. I can't remember exactly. I'm there to teach, unfortunately not to counsel the students. We have a team in place to deal with things like that. Sorry.
That's fine. Thank you. So, for the record, can I ask your whereabouts on the evening of the 16th of May?
Of course. I was at home with Harry, my husband, most of the night. I took the dog out for a walk at about 7:45. I was out for a while, just walking around the local area.
Do you recall seeing anything suspicious? Notice anyone hanging around the Pine Boulevard area?
I honestly didn't. I think I'd remember if I seen something untoward. Sorry,
Can I ask what time you got home that evening?
It was roughly around 9:45. I always like to make sure the dog gets a really good walk at least once a day. And it's usually so peaceful out there in the evening.
Evening
We had a witness
time.
come forward saying that you passed by him at the end of Pine Boulevard around 9:30. Would that be about right?
Yes, that'll be when I was just heading home.
And you didn't see anything at all? No cars parked up? Nobody lingering around number 34?
Sorry. No. I wish
She
I
knows
could be of more
something.
use. But I just wasn't paying attention like that. If I'd known something was going on, then of course I'd have been more vigilant. But it was just a normal evening for me.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Ms. Price. We'll be in contact if we need to speak to you again.
You're welcome, officer.
Interview terminated at 9:18 a.m.
Okay, so she basically went out for a walk with her dog around evening time. She said 7:45, and she for a while. Then she comes back around 9ish. We're gonna have to replay this for all of the info, to really get it to sink in. But I do think she's hiding something. How do you not notice who's around Pine Boulevard? I mean, obviously she's not going to know that poor Emily's about to get murdered, but surely something would have been around, or even hearing something happen in Pine Boulevard area. But she's like, no, I didn't see anything. Okay. Okay, so thing is that Madison actually spoke about Marcus, so I think it's best that we replay Madison's before we actually watch Marcus's interview. Wish we could know if Emily's bank account had any money withdrawn. If Jason needed a couple grand, he would need her bank cards for that. I still think it's a man who did it. A woman isn't strong enough to strangle an adult. Unless Madison convinced the boyfriend to do it. I don't think it's a woman who did it. Yeah, good points. Yeah. There's some great points. Yeah, you'd need the bank account if you wanted the money withdrawn. Unless Emily had to bring it in as cash. We did see the purse literally right outside her body. Yeah, a man would be a lot stronger than a woman to strangle. Okay, I'm gonna view Madison's one again.
This
That was
interview
quite
is
telling.
being recorded and may be given in evidence if the case is brought to trial. We are in an interview room at Stonewood Police Station. The date is the 18th of May 2021, and the time by my watch is 10:57 a.m. I am PC James Wilson. The other officer present is PC Katie Turpin. Okay. Can you please state your full name and date of birth for the purposes of the recording?
Madison Scott. The 11th of April 2004.
Okay, Miss Scott. So what can you tell me about the night of the 16th of May?
Well, I was home all day. It was a Sunday, so I don't usually get up to much.
You know, for someone who's supposed to be the best friend of the victim, she doesn't even sound remotely emotional or sad. I mean, people grieve in different ways, but she just sounds like she's trying so hard to make a story. She's giving a lot of detail about the whole Chinese restaurant takeaway that she got. And I'm like, yo, your best friend just got murdered, and there's no lick of sadness, grief, you know? I don't know, but just getting a bad feeling about her.
I went out at about 8:40 p.m. to grab a Chinese from the place on Sycamore Road.
8:40 p.m.
I returned home at about 9:15 p.m., and my mom will vouch for that. I bought her favorite, duck chow mein, egg fried rice, a bag of chips, and a barbecue sauce. We shared it between us when I
You
got
don't
home.
need to give that much
And you went
information.
straight from your house to the takeaway and then home.
Well, not exactly. I was going to nip in and see Emily before going, but decided not to, and yes, I headed to the Chinese and then back home.
What were you going to see Emily for? Any particular reason? And why did you change your mind?
I was going to speak to her about how things were going with Marcus, her boyfriend. I knew things were a bit rocky with them and wanted to check in on her.
So why did you change your mind?
Well, I got to the corner of Pine Boulevard and saw Marcus's car parked up. He was in there with Emily kissing and cuddling, so I just thought.
And you got really jealous.
And you're 100% sure it was Marcus and Emily?
Well, it was dark. But it was definitely Marcus. I was standing facing the passenger side of the car so I could see his face. I could only see the back of the passenger, but I assume it was Emily.
And what time would this have been?
It was around 8:40 p.m.
8:40
I just
p.m.
left my house
Close
and round
to Emily's
Pine
death.
Boulevard. It only takes 5 minutes to get there.
Okay. And did you try to make contact with Emily or Marcus after you'd witnessed them together in the car?
I text both of them on Sunday night. I never got a reply from Emily, but Marcus replied with a voice note saying he was driving and he didn't want to talk.
Okay. You mentioned before that their relationship was rocky. What can you tell me about that?
Well, Marcus told me a week ago that he was 100% done with Emily and he was going to break it off with her.
So you and Marcus are quite close.
Well, I guess you could say that. I've had a bit of a soft spot for Marcus since the day we moved here. He's a nice guy, really.
So you didn't hear from Emily at all on the 16th?
Oh no, I did. She sent me a text at about 4:30 p.m. saying she just had a massive argument with Marcus. I assumed it was
4:30
over the
p.m.
breakup thing, and maybe Marcus had finally grown a pair. I told her I'd be round later to check in on her.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Miss Scott. Interview terminated at 11:01 a.m.
I think my brain is getting fried from all this information. Holy crap, what do we do? Okay, well, I don't like medicine. She just comes off as the type that would screw around with her own friends, man. Which I think she really is doing. In some way or another, even if it's not reciprocated, she's still sus. So she saw Marcus kissing with Emily at one point, but then there was a dispute, a fight between Marcus and Emily just before that, based on the times. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, we don't really hear any sadness from the best friend, but I don't know if that's because the voice actor is an amateur or not. Yeah, they do sound very AI generated. It's possible, but I think it's still telling. Yeah, I was just about to say that as well. So Marcus and Emily had an argument at 4:30, but were kissing later in the night. Yeah, it sounds a bit strange. I mean, you don't really make up that fast. It's still possible, but it's just unlikely to be kissing almost straight after an argument. If you're just stopping by, hello, I hope you're doing well. I do have to say that I won't be revealing the ending and I won't reveal the culprit at the end because I do want to respect the actual website, the organization, the company that made these case files. They don't actually want the big spoilers revealed. So it will just be this part, maybe a next one. I don't know. I feel like this one won't take too long to solve. Okay. Now I need to watch Marcus's one. I'm gonna drink some water.
This interview is being recorded and may be used as evidence should the case end up going to trial. We are in an interview room at Stonewood Police Station. The date is the 21st of May 2021 and the time is 4:10 p.m. My name is DCI Stephen Parker. And the other officer present is PC James Wilson. Can you please state your full name and date of birth for the purposes of the tape?
Marcus Thompson, 6th of the 6th, 1999.
Thanks, Marcus. So, you're a hard man to get hold of, aren't you?
Yeah, sorry about that. I had a trip scheduled weeks before any of this happened.
Oh,
I
that's
couldn't
suspicious.
just cancel on such short notice.
The plans were more important than staying here to try and help the family of your girlfriend.
Well, obviously not. But me and Emily hadn't been seeing eye to eye lately, and I just needed some time away to clear my head.
So where did you go?
I went to London. I've been thinking of moving out of town lately. I was down there looking at the available properties.
When did you leave for this trip down south?
I left Stonewood Meadows at about 10 o'clock on Sunday night. I wanted to miss the traffic, so I left late and stayed in a hotel in Harrow.
Can you see why this looks a bit fishy to me?
The
I
fact
mean,
that he wants to move
you're
out.
traveling 100 miles away, literally an hour after your girlfriend has been murdered.
You
It's not
are
a
a
good look,
criminal,
I
bruh.
can see how it
You are
looks.
busted,
And yeah,
yo.
it's not a good look. But I had absolutely nothing to do with this. Why would you even think that?
You know we've had a statement from a witness that's seen you
Wow.
arguing with Emily during Sunday afternoon?
Yeah, I know. I get it.
I do think this must be a red
So
herring,
what was the
though,
argument about?
because it just seems a bit too obvious.
You know,
If it is him.
relationship stuff. Me and Emily haven't really been getting along lately, and things just got a bit heated.
So you have your argument on Sunday afternoon.
Sunday
Then
afternoon.
where did you go?
I went back home. I packed some stuff and just chilled out till I went to London.
So you didn't go out again on Sunday until you left for London?
I might have popped to the shop down on Sycamore Road, but nothing special. Not that I remember.
And what time would that have been?
I guess around 8 o'clock. Yeah, wait.
8 o'clock.
I did go out in the car on Sunday night.
Sunday
I was
night.
just taking in the sights of the town. I was probably out for close to an hour.
So you
Doing
were in
what?
the area around 9 o'clock.
I guess, yeah.
Around the time of the
But
murder.
listen, I didn't kill Emily. We might have been having problems, but I wouldn't kill her. We were together for around a year. I just wanted to explore my options a bit.
Okay.
Explore your options, huh?
Mr. Thompson,
Hmm.
can I ask if you were seeing someone else at the time of Emily's murder?
I'd
Hmm.
rather not say.
Oh, come
Mr.
on.
Thompson, your lack of an answer speaks volumes. Well, that'll do for now. We'll no doubt be in touch sometime in the near future. I'd appreciate it if you could stay local for the next few weeks if you don't mind.
Yeah, don't run
Sure.
away like a bitch.
Interview terminated at 4:13 p.m.
Wow. Okay, I did not expect the interview to go like that. Holy crap. He literally ran away after the murder happened. That sends huge red flags that he was out of town. I mean, I didn't get all the details, but he was out. And even the police was like, don't you find that a bit suspicious that he did that straight after the murder? And not only that, but he even said that he explored his options, but he was not willing to elaborate. We know already that he had an affair with Madison. Strong possibility. So it wasn't Emily that he was kissing. Nope. It was some other girl, most likely Madison. And maybe even someone else. Okay, so that's Marcus. We've done Elizabeth. They've got John Smith's interview now.
This interview is being recorded and may be used as evidence if the case is brought to trial. The date is the 21st of May 2021 and the time is 11:38 a.m. We are in an interview room at Stonewood Police Station. My name is DCI Stephen Parker. And the other officer present is PC James Wilson. Can you please state your full name and date of birth for the purposes of the recording?
Hi, I'm John Smith. Date of birth is December 13th, 1966.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Now, you're here to help us with our inquiries into the murder of your neighbor Emily Williams.
That's right. How can I help you?
I'll be honest, Mr. Smith. We've had a couple of people mention that you and Emily might have had a few issues since you moved into number 36.
Yeah, he's got anger issues.
Is that right?
Oh, Emily. Yeah, we had words. More than once. She was a real pain at times.
Tell me about that.
Well, music, parties, banging. You name it, she did it. As soon as her parents went out the door, I knew I was in for a headache.
Oh,
that must have gotten really
was she
frustrating.
also
for you.
holding parties? Was it just music?
It was most weekends.
Why
I
not
spoke
take it
to
up
my
to the
parents a few times,
council or
but they did
whatever?
nothing. I tried being polite to her, but she just laughed in my face. I did well to hold back at times, I'll tell you.
So tell me about the 16th of May.
Well, the music was blasting. The doors were slamming. She had a blazing argument outside with some
Was
chap.
there no other
She was
neighbor?
lucky the music stopped about 10:30 because I was getting ready to go round.
And did you go round, Mr. Smith?
10:30?
No. Like I said,
She died
the music
beforehand.
went off before 11, so I couldn't really say a lot, could I?
We had
What?
another witness come forward and say that a man matching your description was seen lingering outside number 34 during the day. Looking inside the windows? Was that you, Mr. Smith?
I might have peered in to see what the noise was about at some point, but that was it. I didn't go round her house. I was on my front garden, which is not a crime.
Fair enough. Can I ask about your ex-wife?
Oh, here we go. I knew this was going to come up. Go on.
The restraining
What do you
order.
want to know?
We were just wondering why there is a restraining order in place to stop you going near to her house. We can't seem to find any details on the case here.
Oh well, I don't particularly want to talk about it. It's not relevant to this conversation at all.
You have a history of anger issues, Mr. Smith?
Am I under arrest for being angry in the past?
Of course not. We're just trying to establish the facts about this case. So you're telling us that you didn't see Miss Williams, apart from looking through her window at some point in the afternoon? And you definitely didn't go around to number 34?
It was in the morning. But yes, that's what I'm saying. I seen her in the morning through her living room window and
In the
heard her
morning?
multiple times throughout the day. Look, I feel bad for her and the family, of course I do. But I can't help the fact that someone had it in for her.
Thank you, John. Listen, we'll be in touch if we need to speak to you again. But for now, that's it from us. Thanks for coming in. Interview terminated at 11:42 a.m.
Okay. This is getting more and more complicated. Talk your ship. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. I hope you're doing well as well. He's suspect 1 right now. Marcus. A ring camera would be really helpful right about now. Yeah, CCTV is really important, and a ring camera definitely. Okay, so just gonna check my I just put my phone off? Okay, never mind. Okay, so that's 5 interviews done. Some that I'll need to rewatch as well. Okay, so now we've got the witness statements. Flip it out. How many? Okay, these are neighbours and stuff. Okay, so there's a witness statement from Mr. David Williams. He is over 18, senior consultant. I'm the father of Emily Williams. It is my statement of fact surrounding the events of 17th May 2021. My wife and I returned home from a weekend away, which was a surprise gift for us from our 2 children. Oh, so they were the ones that wanted them to go away. Okay. We arrived home at around 9:55 a.m. and parked the car in the drive as normal. Nothing seemed suspicious until we walked in the front door and heard the deafening sound of silence. Emily was an early riser, so it was unusual to not hear her at all. Both Elaine and I walked through to the kitchen where we noticed Emily lying on the floor. At first glance, I thought she'd passed out. Wouldn't be the first time she'd had a few drinks during the weekend. I tried to wake her, but as I turned her over, I noticed her skin was white as a ghost. It was then that the alarm bell started ringing in my head. I also noticed what looked like red burn marks around her neck. Red burn marks. As if something had been rubbed around her neck. Around her throat. Something rubbed, okay. I told Elaine to call an ambulance and the police, and we sat with Emily until they arrived. We made sure not to touch anything in the kitchen while we waited, just in case. The police arrived on the scene first, and we were then escorted out of the house. We came straight to the police station to give this witness statement. Man, can you imagine coming home from holiday and then just seeing your child dead on the floor? Damn, that's messed up. Okay. So the mom, she's a graphic designer. I'm Elaine Williams, and Emily Williams is my daughter. This is my statement. Both David and I returned home from our trip away on Monday morning at close to 10 a.m. We both entered the house together and went straight to the kitchen after dropping our bags in the hallway. Emily was lying face down on the kitchen floor with a purse and a necklace next to her. I knew there was something wrong. I just had that feeling. David tried to wake her, but she didn't respond. He pointed out some marks all across her neck, which looked like she'd been strangled. David shouted at me to call an ambulance and the police, so I called 999. I told the operator that it looked like our daughter had been attacked. We sat next to Emily on the floor while we waited for the emergency services to arrive. The police arrived and then we were asked to leave the house while the police examined the scene. We then came to Stone Police Station to give this witness statement. Yeah, it is very much similar to what the dad said, so I don't really find anything suspicious. Okay, my name is Letitia Higgins. She's a midwife. I live at 27 Rose Close in Stonewood Meadows, and this is what I saw on the 16th of May 2021 in relation to the case. Okay, so she's a neighbour. I was walking back from the local shop around 4 p.m. on the day of the murder, when I saw Emily Williams and Marcus Thompson arguing outside Emily's house. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but it looked like they were really angry with each other. Emily was gesturing wildly, and Marcus was trying to calm her down. I didn't think much of it at the time, but now that I know what happened, it seems like it could be important. I'm sorry I didn't come forward sooner, but I didn't realize the significance of what I saw until I heard about the murder. Okay, so she definitely saw them arguing, and we know that from the interviews that there definitely was an argument that happened as well. Mr. T. Runson, who is a student, giving his statement on the 19th. My name is Terry Runson, and this is what I recall from the night of the 16th of May. I was walking home from work at the chip shop around 9:30 p.m. on the night of the murder when I crossed paths with my uni tutor, Miss Price, near Emily Williams' house. She was heading in the direction of Cedar Road from where we met on Pine Boulevard. I was a little surprised to see her there, so late at night, but I didn't think much of it at the time. I said hello to her, but she was looking at her phone and completely ignored me. I remember it vividly because Miss Price was my English tutor this last term, and we got on really well, at least I thought we did. Okay, this is very suspicious. This is about the tutor. Yeah, because she was out with her dog, but there's no mention of a dog here. Just mention of Miss Price. So what was she doing? Cross path with my uni tutor, Miss Price. She was heading in the direction, unless she's also having an affair with Marcus. Yo, is Marcus like a proper player? Fucking hell, she's a tutor, man. That is breaking all kinds of rules. Ew. She was heading in the direction of Cedar Road from where we met on Pine Boulevard. I was a little surprised to see her there so late at night. This is really messed up. I didn't think much of it at the time. I said hello to her, but she was looking at her phone and completely ignored me. I remember it vividly because Miss Price was my English tutor this last term. We got on really well, at least I thought we did. Unless this student really has it in for his tutor, because we know Miss Price is actually strict, but then he's saying that he actually got on well with her until this happened. Okay, this is getting really messy. Who's your suspect number one at the moment? Wait, so could the tutor have been the one Marcus was kissing? Yeah, I was thinking like, oh gosh, ew. Ew, nasty. But Marcus, I guess, is number one. Yes, I was suspecting multiple affairs. Well, at least one affair. Yo, this is getting messy, yo. I need to take a break. Just gonna check my phone. Oh, the streaming on the phone. Okay, in terms of the placement. Okay, so I'm just checking to see the placement of the chat on the screen. Seems fine. Okay. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in now, I am solving a murder case with my fellow subscribers here who also are joining in the fun. Please do join in if you are interested in solving this case with me, although I won't be revealing the ending or anything. I'm just planning to play for 2 hours, so probably just another 30 minutes, and then I'll make a stop because I've been playing for a while. Okay, so we've got this statement now. Let me just make this bigger. Oh, not this one. Okay, so this is Diane Scott, and she's a shop assistant. I am Diane Scott, mother of Madison Scott, and I give this statement in relation to the murder case involving Emily. My daughter did go out of the house shortly before 9 p.m. on the night of the 16th of May, but she returned home much quicker than I expected. She came home at 9, and I remember it clearly because my favorite TV show, Death in Paradise, was just about to start. She came in the door muttering something about friends, and I told her to be quiet so I could listen to the theme tune. That's my favorite part. As far as I'm aware, Madison did not leave the house again that night, although I did go to bed at 10 p.m. and I obviously can't say for sure if she was home, but I have no reason to think my daughter would be lying to me. Oh really, your daughter is known for lying, apparently. Okay, so she went out of the house shortly before 9 p.m. and she literally came home straight away at 9. Okay, so that means it can't be her then that Marcus was kissing. Marcus was kissing Elizabeth Price instead, the tutor. Ew. Okay. Let's read the other one. The last witness statement. This is Malik Sang, and he's the takeaway owner. My name is Malik Sang, and I am the owner of the Walkway Chinese Takeaway on Sycamore Road in Stonewood Meadows. I would like to make a statement to say that I cannot verify the account of Madison Scott attending Walkway on Sunday, 16th May. Oh, he can't verify it. Okay, Sunday is always one of our busiest nights of the week, and May 16th was no different. We have a lot of customers come in to collect orders, and also have multiple delivery drivers working for Just Eat who come in and out of the shop all night. It's simply not possible for me to recall every customer comes in and out every evening. Yeah, but you can just have a look at a photo and see if she looks recognizable to you. Surely, if you look carefully at a photo, eventually you'll kind of work out if you have seen that person or not. Okay. So that didn't really help, did it? Okay. So okay, so we've got witness statements, and then we have the evidence. Location map. Let's check that. Okay. So one person is the road, and that was Elizabeth Price. And then Emily and John Smith live very close to each other, because obviously John Smith is a neighbor. And then the yellow is the car park. Okay, so I do have to watch over what Elizabeth said in her interview, but if she's going to the car park, then she'd have to walk around past Pine Boulevard, unless she went the other way. Jason, he is far away, pretty far away. That's the walkway. Madison lives fairly close. Then Marcus lives he lives fairly near as well. Oh, okay. Thought Marcus's car was in the car park. Email and SMS records. Okay. So this is an anonymous person. I would like to report suspicious activity surrounding the murder of Emily. I was walking down Pine Boulevard at around 3 p.m. on 16th of May, and I seen the neighbor standing out front of her house just staring through a window. I didn't think much of it at the time, but looking back, it should definitely be looked into. Okay, so that was Jason. Not Jason, that was John. John was doing that because he's a neighbor. And he said that in his interview as well. Okay. Mr. Thompson. Marcus Thompson, thank you for your recent payment to enter the City of London congestion area. Please find your official payment receipt attached for your records because you went to London. Please remember to drive safely. Everything's going to be okay. Enjoy, Lizzie. Whoa. Elizabeth's been... Wow. Okay, so she knew that he's going to go to London. So there's definitely an affair going on then. Elizabeth's been messaging him. Then he got a congestion charge. Okay. Let's check her email now. Emily, hope everything is okay. I expect to see you in class this morning. We have some really important topics coming up soon, and I'd hate you to fall behind. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Regards, Miss Price. And she's got a spa thing going on. Password change. Frank. Oh, she got her Frank. Do you know Jace? Hey, I wish you came with us. This place is fabulous. Okay. Okay, this is Emily's. This is Emily's email. I should go on measuring price. Do you know Jace? Okay, I don't know. So this Jason. I know you probably hate me right now, but I'm in a really tight spot. I need your help. I've got this huge debt and I need to pay off ASAP or I'm in the shit. I know I messed up, but please, can you lend me some money? I promise I'll pay you back. I just need a little help to get back on my feet. I'm begging you. Don't leave me hanging. I'm in real trouble here. Please, I need your help. Why not ask the parents? Jason, no. I told you already. Sort your own mess out. I can't keep bailing you out. Just get a job if you need to pay something off. And then there's Maddie's text. Wow, unbelievable. What happened, hun? Like you don't already know. What the fuck are you talking about? Marcus, oh man, I'll come over later. Okay, so there was an affair thing going on? So you didn't break it off with Emily then? Bullshit, I saw you earlier together in the car. Oh, I can barely see anything. So is this from Madison? From Madison to Marcus. Okay, so there's multiple affairs going on here, as I suspected. From Marcus to Emily. Emily, I never meant for things to end this way, and I really didn't mean to hurt you. Sorry. Yeah, whatever, bitch. And then from Madison to Emily, I assume everything is okay now? Fuck off. From Jason to Emily, this was sent at 9:44. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have put my hands on you. Don't worry about the money. Should never have asked. Love you. Okay, so they grabbed the phone at 11:53. So some things have been deleted, I feel. Perhaps. The fact that there's no, obviously there's no reply because Emily just got killed, but I don't know, it's just... Some people do delete their messages before they hand it over to the police. We do need to look at the CCTV footage, but before that, let's just check this out. So this is from Harry Price to Elizabeth Price, and she's got a husband as well. Look at the time of Miss Price's email to Emily. Isn't that a bit early? I'm way too invested in this. I'm not going to find out who the murderer is in the end. Oh, sorry, Stabby. You're gonna have to purchase the case file. There is a discount going on. There is a sale going on. So if you really want to know who the murderer is, I would highly recommend investigating this yourself. Okay, so this one.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
At 8:30.
Liz, love, if you go to the shop while you're out, grab me a couple of cans, will you? And what was that phone call about? You seemed pretty annoyed when you left. Anyway, don't be too long, eh? Love you.
What kind of phone call was that? Okay, so she was in a mood when she came out, and we hear the dog in the background.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Liz, love, if you go to the shop while you're out, grab me a couple of cans, will you?
She said she was out with the dogs, not at the shops.
You seemed pretty annoyed when you left. Anyway, don't be too long, eh? Love you.
She told the police officers that she was just walking out with her dog. I will check the email again, by the way. This is inside 36 Pine Boulevard. Audio from inside John Smith's house. Oh, how did they get this? Audio from John's house. Music. The music. Sounds like someone is breathing. Flipping out, that is loud. I would be really annoyed as well if my neighbor did that constantly. But you can't just file a complaint with the council, whoever is like in charge of your street. So that does confirm that music was playing. What was that at the end? What the... Just sounded like a door opening or closing. Okay. Yeah, I do need to check the email again. "8:45 a.m. Yeah, that's really early. Why would she send that at 8:45 a.m.? You're supposed to send that like an hour after the class starts or something. Class doesn't start at like 7 or anything. The hell? Let's check this. 9:32 p.m. Everything's going to be okay. Enjoy London. Okay, now Elizabeth is she's even more of a suspect than Madison is. Wow, what twist this took. Damn. "9:44, 9:51, 10:05. "4:01 p.m. 4:32. Why would you reply like that when your best friend already knows what's going on? Thing is, Madison and Elizabeth, they don't look like each other. So why would she think it's Madison that's in the car? Unless it's really her. But we know Elizabeth has been out. Something is not adding up. We need some CCTV footage. This is Maple Street at 9:16 on the 16th of May. Okay, so that's a black car and that's a white car, and there's another white car. Oh, is that Elizabeth with a dog? Parked. Okay, I don't know anything apart from the fact that there's a woman with a dog at 9:16, which we can assume is Elizabeth. This car parked by Maple Street. That's not the street that Emily lives in, though. Okay. Okay, let's check out these other documents. So this is a certificate of graduation. This to certify that Marcus Thompson has completed the requirements of graduation as prescribed by the Board of Education and is therefore entitled to this diploma. William Cross, Chancellor, Elizabeth Price. Okay. Highcliffe House Hotel, dear Mr. and Mrs. Williams, that's Emily's parents. Thank you for choosing to stay at Highcliffe House Hotel. We are pleased to confirm your accommodation as follows. Friday, 14th May, and then the departure on Monday. They arrived in the morning. 2 adults. Okay, so check-in's at 2 p.m. Check-out 11 a.m. Okay, will be accepted up to 48 hours prior to arrival date. Should you cancel within 48 hours of arrival, you will forfeit the total cost of accommodation. No cancellation accepted during a special event period, 7 days before arrival. We look forward to welcoming you to Highcliffe House in the near future. Should you need any further information regarding... Okay. Right. Okay, thank you both for being so supportive through the years. It's been a while since you had a holiday, so I booked you a little getaway. We feel incredibly lucky to have you as parents. Wow, Emily's rich from the money she got from her grandparents to do this. It's her that has the money, not really Jason. Outstanding tutor. Recognized for contributing to school success. So there's Elizabeth Price. Naughty. Elizabeth Price, a dedicated tutor at Stonewood University, has been recognized for her contributions to the university's success with the latest rankings. According to a report, Miss Price's outstanding teaching and support has helped to improve the academic performance of students, many of whom have gone on to achieve top results, including several first and 2-1 grades. Miss Price is a true asset to our university, said Chancellor Cross. She is dedicated, passionate, goes above and beyond to help the students succeed. We are lucky to have her as a member of our staff. Yeah, she gets a little bit too close with them as well. Miss Price, 48, from Stonewood Meadows, has been tutor of Stonewood University for over 10 years and has worked with... It's creepy. How many has she groomed? From gifted and talented those who have struggled in the past, she is known for her ability to connect with her students and to help them overcome any obstacles they may be facing. You guys really should have checked her out. She is dodgy and a groomer. Love working with my students, said Ms. Price. I see the potential in each and every one of them. I'm determined to help them reach their goals. However, not all students are easy to teach, and there are some who can be troublesome. But with Ms. Price's expertise, she has found ways to manage these students and help them improve their grades and behavior. This recognition is a testament to Ms. Price's hard work and dedication, and it's clear that her contributions have made a significant impact on the university's success. Stonewood University is proud to have such a dedicated tutor as Elizabeth Price, who is a role model for many students to follow. Okay, that was a mouthful. So they're just bigging up Elizabeth. March 2021. And we know that she's only tutored Emily for a few months. Okay, so this is dated on March 27, 2021. J. Smith's Machinery. Oh, that was mentioned in Emily's email. Pack of 10 bungee cords with hooks. What the fuck? Okay. Activate. Wait, what? Did Emily buy this? She bought bungee cords with hooks with a 2-base pack, garden gloves with heavy duty. Why is she buying a voice recorder with voice activated recording and playback? What? J. Smith's Machinery Ltd. Okay. Marcus Thompson, 27 Birch Road. E initial necklace. What the flip? Okay, you guys are university students. Don't buy extremely expensive shit. Come on. 9k white gold. A university student? Bruh, you're a university student. Where are you getting this sort of money? Just for a necklace as a present to a girlfriend that you're not even that close with, it seems. Fuck. Okay. 36 Pine, 13 May 2021. To Stonewood Meadows Council, I'm writing to express my frustration with the noise coming from 34 Pine Boulevard all hours of the day and night whenever the parents aren't home. As a neighbor, I've tried to be understanding and patient, but the loud music and partying is becoming unbearable, so there is partying. It is disrupting my sleep and making it difficult for me to concentrate on my work. I have tried talking to the Williams family about this issue, but they seem to be indifferent to my concerns. I have also tried contacting police, but they have not been able to do anything about it. I'm hoping that the council can take action to address this issue and put an end to the constant noise coming from the Williams house. It is unacceptable for my quality of life to be impacted in this way. Sincerely, John Smith. Okay, the way he talks, like, he does sound quite calm and intelligent, and that he did try to talk to them, despite those anger issues. Okay, this was on the 13th. When did she post this? She posted at 8:32 p.m. on the 16th. So this is literally 1 hour before she got killed, or less than an hour. 1 o'clock it is then. So yeah, there was definitely alcohol in her system. Backed by Rory. Who's Rory? Okay, so finding a bank statement. Bank of Stonewood, Madison Scott's Bank. Passport for Wicker. So she made an Amazon purchase of £17.30. eBay trading, ATM High Street, Walkway. Okay, so she was at Walkway. That confirms that she was at the Chinese takeaway on the 16th. Lashes Direct, TikTok shop, interest paid, Lala Flower salary. Damn, she's making money. Londis. Okay. Gee, that's a lot of info. Okay, so it's a diary entry or 7:54. Music already playing in bathroom, can hear shower running. Banging on stairs up and down constantly. TV buzzing at music and see her prancing around the living room from my garden. So this is John's account. More banging up and down the stairs. Jeez. Kind of feel sorry for this guy. Ridiculous shouting out front of the house with who I assume is a boyfriend, looking like it might get physical. Bloody hope so. Shouting finally stopped and now doors being slammed inside. More music blasting right through the walls, banging from the bathroom, running water and toilet flushing multiple times. Wait, what? Why? Disposing of evidence? Loud shouting from a kitchen, can only hear her irritating voice. Maybe on the phone, probably a boyfriend again. Music playing again. Front door slamming, went to my kitchen to look, but couldn't see anyone going in and out. She better not be having a party. Music stopped, thank Christ. Front door slamming. What? Okay. Banging from the bathroom, running water, and toilet flushing multiple times. Damn, he's got a really good ear for everything. He's put like a proper account of every like hour almost. Who does that? Got a really good memory. John wouldn't care about searching a person. It's not him. Class usually starts at 9. Right, yeah, exactly. Okay, I settled on my answers, marker than tutor. Though Miss Price was really going the extra mile with the students. Yeah, grooming bitch. Okay. So that's in Scott, so she made this at 9:05 p.m. Who needs enemies when we've got friends like these? Oh well, nothing a Chinese won't fix. Wow. You're being mad at her for finding out about your affair? Just eat. James Wilson. Do we know James Wilson? Gambling. Regain control of your life. Know the signs, take action. Support for gambling, addiction, recovery. So that's for Jason. Post of a food. That by James. Finding about bloody time too. What, so you had your meal late? Not on time? Okay, Stonewood Meadows in Bloom 2021. See page 24 for details. Locatories in trade dispute again. Primary school gets outstanding offset report. Young anglers hope for a better summer. Okay, local teen murdered. Okay, thing is, even though Price is having that affair with Marcus, I don't think it's actually Price that murdered Emily, because she's had a really good reputation as someone who's really helped those students all those years. I don't think she would go this extra mile just to tarnish her entire reputation. It just seems unrealistic to do that if she's had that really amazing career. You wouldn't want to tarnish something like that just over an affair. So even though she's an absolute grooming bitch, I don't think it's Price that murdered her, but I do think she's very much in the know of who might have done it. It's either Marcus or Madison. That's the most likelihood. Or together. They probably did it together. Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't think people should underestimate just how far a female rivalry can go. Even if they were like a best friend, a woman can become your worst enemy. I'm just letting you guys know. Girl versus girl fights, they can be hard. Local teen murdered, teenager 17 found at home by parents. Residents in Stonewood Meadows have been left stunned today after the body of a local teenage resident was discovered by her parents. At a property on Pine Boulevard in the quiet town of Stonewood Meadows, the victim's parents discovered their 17-year-old daughter in her bedroom after returning from a weekend away this morning. Police have cordoned off the area and are appealing to anyone who was in the local area last night to come forward. The victim is yet to be named as yet, but reports suggest that she was a student of Stonewood. Even no arrests have been made at present. Okay. So this was made Monday, May 17th. Burgled. The home of pensioner Gladys Moon was burgled on Sunday night at 9 p.m. on Poplar Way. Pensioner was awoken by the sound of rummaging through her drawers. Fortunately, she did catch a glimpse of the thief who stole a large amount of money. Well, sounds like Jason. Sounds like Jason just burgled a pensioner. Police are looking for a white male in his 20s, around 6 foot tall, of slim build with light hair. Okay, so we can definitely pin that on Jason. Stonewood Meadows Zoo and Player has been awarded for their cleanliness. The public tourist attraction, which attracted over 500,000 visitors during the season of 2020, has been voted as the cleanest zoo in the whole of the UK. Staff at the zoo have been awarded by the zoo's management spent the evening at Mustapha's Greek restaurant on the High Street. Okay. Leave the fan in the victim's pocket. Okay. Victim's pocket? Someone's definitely trying to frame Jason. I don't think it's Jason. And I don't think it's John. Okay. I think I'm going to leave this here because I basically went through all of the bits. At least I think I did. But I do need to reread everything. Oh wait, I didn't go over the takeaway menu. Ew. Nice. I'm craving for some Chinese. Okay, so it's an 18 Sycamore. So the delivery time is 5:30 to 10. Hours of business. Okay, so on Sunday it's 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Okay, it's at reasonable prices. Combination dinners for one. A chicken chop suey, sweet and sour chicken, special fried rice. Do you want to try some sweet and sour chicken? I do like soup as well. And chicken chow mein. I love chicken chow mein. Anyway, I think I went through everything. Okay, so I don't have a definitive verdict, but it's either Madison or Marcus. Marcus, the most likely suspect, because he did want to run away, but I do need to go over the interviews again just to completely confirm that, and then I'll submit my report, but that will be in my own time. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys had an awesome time going through this with me. And thank you, Stabby Max Stab for tuning in, especially and trying to give your own opinion. That has definitely been helpful. And I'm just going to say a huge thank you. One, especially you, Stabby. You guys have been awesome. Yeah, so I guess this is just part 1 to it, really. I thought there's going to be part 2. I thought there'd be more to it, but yeah, that's it, really. I just need to submit my report by confirming who I think it is. Yeah, I'll do that in my own time. So yeah, I'm not going to reveal the actual culprit and the ending to this. So, because obviously I do want to respect the organization. Please do have a look at Cold Case Inc. So this is the website. If you do want to purchase these, I'm just going to exit this. If you do want to purchase these cases so that you can play it yourself, there's the Stonewood Mystery, there's the Elite Grant Enigma, Summer to Die For, Benefits to Burdens, Murder in the Pines, Signs of Dawn. So these are the 6 cases available at the moment, and these are digital files, so you won't be sent an actual physical file unless you want to do, if you really do want to print it out, you can, you have that option, but you don't have to. So I do like the fact that they give you digital files instead. It just makes things a lot easier. Anyway, that was fun. That was very interesting, actually. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and please do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more.